Let's talk about this e-commerce business that makes $408,200 per year, listed for sale at an asking price of $816,000. Yes, that is a 2x valuation, which is incredibly low for any online business, yet alone one that has been established since 2015, nearly 10 years at this point, and is making over $400,000 per year. Let's take a deeper look at this listing, but before we do, here's the quick plug. I have a free email newsletter called the Acumen Wire, where I send out deals like this, online businesses that were recently listed for sale, along with my quick take on the business. So if you're interested in acquiring an established and profitable online business, this newsletter is for you. I send out probably 3 to 5 deals per week, not all at one, not all one at a time. I usually do combine some of them. So if we have a week where there's a lot of good listings that hit the market, I might send out 2 to 3 emails, sometimes just one a week. Anyways, I send out online businesses that have stood the test of time, are likely to stand the test of time going forward, are available at a fair asking price, and also are likely to be SBA qualified. So if you're interested in that, head on over to acumenwire.com, put in your email address there, confirm it, and get signed up, and I will send deals like this right to you. These are deals that I find as I'm searching for businesses to acquire myself. Now, this business here sells wine storage solutions, basically wine racks. And right in the headline, we've got some incredible details that really kind of put a spotlight on it, as if that 2x valuation did not put enough of a spotlight on it already. Strong margin business. Let's see what the margins are. We can come back down to the bottom here and look at the gross income and cash flow. And I think I already did this. Yeah, if we divide the cash flow by the gross income, it has a 53.2% margin. We'll talk a little bit more about that when we go through the listing. That's a very good margin for an e-commerce business, especially one that's doing that kind of profit and has been around that long. It has patents and trademarks in place, so there's some brand protection there, and some brand value, meaning that somebody cannot just start selling the same products, at least not with the same brand name, on Amazon, etc. And they've got a $287 AOV. I like that average order value because it's not too high ticket to where it's out of reach of direct response advertising, right? For example, if we had a $900 AOV, that's really out of touch with direct response marketing, because you're not going to be able to get anybody to click through from Facebook's or Google ads and on that first click, without any type of nurture, follow-up, retargeting, etc., get them to buy. Whereas at this price point, you're probably going to get some response directly from the ads at that price point, but it's also not so low that it makes it difficult to be economically viable, right? If you had a $20 product, you just cannot run ads for that $20 product, because your advertising cost is going to eat up any margin you have, right? In this case, you have 50% margin. It's going to cost you more than $10 to get somebody to buy that $20 price point product. So at $287, I like this AOV from a advertising perspective. And it says they've got new products ready to launch. That's good. I'd like to step in and have something new to launch right off the get-go. So everything here just seems so good, especially at that 2x valuation. Why is it at that 2x valuation? Let's just kind of go through this listing here, and I'm going to unpack some details as I skim over them. This is a long website closer's description, so I'm not going to go through and read this thing word for word. We'd be here, listening to me read for 20 minutes. I'm going to skim it over and see what we got. The company has nearly 8 years of experience marketing wine racks made of high quality timber and designed to last a lifetime. That's good. We got some information on the wine rack market, that $287 order value and a rising repeat order rate. More good stuff. This is a highly turnkey operation. Current ownership works no more than 5 hours per week operating the business, while an experienced team is in place to manage customer service, design new products and sales. I guess just they mean manage the sales. 5 hours a week working in the business. Now, I'm always skeptical when I read these things, because most likely the current ownership is working way more than that. That is probably their hypothetical number that, hey, we could just do nothing and only work 5 hours per week in the business. And I know in my businesses, I can kind of vary my hours per week. I don't know how to say this. Like right now, I'm currently in Whistler, Canada, having fun mountain biking. I'll be here for a few months and I'm working very, very little on my active businesses. But that said, when I'm at my, primary home in Florida, well, in that case, I work a ton. Like I'm just like obsessively working, but I'm working on things to develop a new business and develop new lines of business and trying new things while I'm out, out and about traveling largely for the summer. I kind of cut things down to the bare bones, right? And really don't work that much. So, yeah, these 5 hours a week coming from the seller should be taken really lightly with a grain of salt. Because again, if you're only working 5 hours a week in the business and it's making $400,000 a year, why are you selling? And why are you only selling at $816,000 or a 2x multiple, right? Like, if this is the case, just keep it, check out entirely, and, only, work on it 1 hour a month or something. Maybe your profit goes down a little bit, but at the end of the day, you still have this cash flowing business, or you sell it at high value. I don't get what's going on here. New owner gets brand recognition. The company has both D2C and B2B customers, along with patents and trademarks on their products in 6 countries. Okay. Um, this business represents a clear opportunity for a US buyer to acquire this company and scale it quickly by opening new 3PL facilities in the various countries they market to for faster deliveries. Okay, so that tells me that they use 3PLs, but they don't have a 3PL currently in the United States. Okay. Faster deliveries. I have to say, with this type of business doing wine racks, I don't know if faster delivery necessarily matters. Does someone really need a 2-day wine rack delivery? Would a week or two be sufficient? I think the answer is, it probably is sufficient. But anyways, a 3PL in the US would would get things done faster and open up marketing opportunities. But this also, now kind of tells me that this is not a US based business. Sustainability. All its wine racks are made using timber from a sustainably managed forest in New Zealand. That's really a selling point. Exclusive supplier relationships. A significant benefit this company enjoys in its exclusive distribution agreements with its suppliers, with their main supplier providing the lowest available prices, giving this brand a terrific competitive edge that they can pass on to the consumers when it comes to pricing. The pricing they pay has also enabled this brand to boost its margins by expanding into new markets, including the US and Canada. Their main supplier only produces products manufactured directly for them, so all products are sold under their brand name. Okay. This is reading kind of funky to me here, but I think that there's something here. And I don't know whether that is good or bad. This exclusive supplier relationship. In a lot of cases, that can be good, but at the same time, it's largely unenforceable, right? Like if you've got a supplier manufacturing these things somewhere, how are you going to enforce it, right? Like if the supplier is in China and they start selling the same product to someone else, or multiple other people, it's hard to enforce that agreement. You have to file a lawsuit in China. You're going to be the foreign adversary, so you're not going to be well received. It's often not too good. But this product we know is manufactured in New Zealand, not China. That's interesting. But then there's a line in here where it says, their main supplier only produces products manufactured directly for them. So all products are sold under their brand name. So when I'm reading this as their supplier does not sell or produce products for anyone else, which is indicating to me that this is a almost like a retail arm of a manufacturing business. Like this manufacturing business had a website and it was selling these products, but now they just want to sell this website, which could be what the case is here and why they're selling it at a low valuation, because it's very rare that somebody only produces products for one retailer, right? A manufacturer might only produce a specific product for one retailer, but they're not going to only produce for that retailer. And the fact that this is coming from New Zealand and a supplier in New Zealand, which is likely not a broad market supplier, indicates to me that the owner, the seller of this business, is also in some way involved in this manufacturing, and they don't want to be involved in the retail side. I would guess that there is something funky going on like that with this supplier relationship, hence why it is priced at a 2x valuation. This is really the only thing here that has raised a red flag to me. So, if that is the case, you really need to figure out what the deal is between the seller and that manufacturing company, and what the agreement will be going forward, and what the enforceability of it would be going forward. Because I don't see a reason why a seller that has a manufacturing unit and also the retail unit would want to sell just the retail unit. Right? I just don't get that. Unless they're planning to also start selling their products to other retailers, or they're planning to shut the manufacturing side of things down. But I don't get why they would want to sell the good side, which would be the retail side of things. And mind you, mind you, this looks very good. I doubt that their manufacturing operations could be any better than this. I don't know why they would want to sell it and then keep the manufacturing side. Yes, something funky is going on here. If that is the case, I think that the only way a deal becomes doable is if the seller still holds equity or holds a substantial note or is paid out over time. Because if that is the case, the other thing that could be happening is the manufacturer, if for accounting purposes, the manufacturer could be selling at a cost that is so low to the retail unit, to this website company here, at a rate that is so low, or a price that's so low, it is simply not sustainable going forward, right? Like they're taking a loss in the manufacturing business to show a profit in the retail business, which they're listing for sale. And obviously, that won't exist going forward, and they'll probably close the manufacturing unit down. This relationship really needs to be delved into here for anyone interested in buying this business. Let's go on here. Easy to scale operations. There are clear operations for scaling this business. One is to further promote sales opportunities in the US. There are huge opportunities here and in Canada, where the company is already enjoying rising profits, along with South Africa. These are three nations where there is massive sales potential and limited competition. The company could also focus on growing its B2B sales to wholesalers and brick and mortar. Okay. And then we get a little bit more. We know that they're doing some PPC ad spend. They've got a superior product here. They're doing well on social. So everything about this business listing looks really good, but there's something funky going on with the supplier relationships. And you do not want to walk into a business where you only have one supplier, and that supplier may be tied to the seller of the business. And in this case, if that is the case, that supplier does not actually have a sustainable business model, right? If they're manufacturing these things at a loss to show a profit in this retail unit, that's not a sustainable business model. So if you're going to do a deal here, you need to flesh out this supplier relationship like thoroughly, and then assess other potential suppliers, and then B, the viability of selling another supplier's product, because if these are the only people making a wine rack made using timber from a sustainably managed forest in New Zealand, and that is a key selling point, and that is a key selling point of why people are coming to this business, well, you're no longer going to have that if you're no longer working with a supplier, with this supplier. So that could be a real problem. But my opinion on this here is that there's something with the supplier relationship that's not spoken of yet in the teaser that is resulted in this asking price at essentially a 2x valuation, because website closers knows how to value businesses. They're certainly not undervaluing this by mistake or out of ignorance. That's my take on this deal. What is your take? If you've noticed something that you feel like I've missed out on with this online business for sale, let me know in the comments or wherever you can reach out or post something around this video. Let me know. I'd be really curious what your take on it is as well, or if you feel like I've missed something in this online business listing. That's a wrap on this one here. And before I sign off, I'm going to do the quick plug again. If you want more online businesses with my online businesses recently listed for sale with my quick take, head on over to acumenwire.com and subscribe to my newsletter where I send you expert selected acquisition opportunities for established and profitable online businesses. That's a wrap on this one. I'm signing off now.